Good afternoon, everybody. Or I guess it's still morning. Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's another episode of Intellectually Honest, unedited, uncut. We're gonna get right into it. This ain't gonna be a long video. Before we open up, I need y'all to go ahead and please subscribe, like, hit the notification bell, get active in the comments. You know what I'm saying? We doing good. We like I said, if y'all seen my last video, if y'all look at the channel, we passed 200 subscribers. I want to keep that growing. I'm definitely appreciative of the support, the love, and yeah. So we gonna get right into it. All right. So if you've been tapped into the NBA season thus far, you know that the Bulls have lived up to the hype. The chemistry's come along a lot faster than I think what a lot of people were assuming it would. And it's been fun to watch. I think in my opinion, and it may just be maybe because I'm a Lonzo Ball fan. Maybe not. And maybe because he is my favorite player. So of course he's already excited for me to watch. But the fact that the Bulls are actually winning, they're playing fast, they're throwing lobs. Lonzo's getting triple doubles. Zach LaVine is hitting fadeaway threes. DeMar DeRozan is taking over in the fourth quarter, showing his worth. To me, the Bulls have been the most exciting team to watch thus far in the league, and they've been the perfect distraction for how disappointed my Celtics have been so far. If I haven't made a video about them, but I got a lot to say about my Celtics. So, but I'm gonna get it. Like I said, that's a video for another day. Today, we're gonna talk about the fact that the Bulls they are about to be tested. The Bulls are about to be tested like they have not been tested this season. Tonight, these next handful of games are about to get serious. This is it. This is the test. Are the Bulls for real? Because anybody, me and my two brothers, my aunt, my cousins, we can go out there and beat the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably get that triple double. We can go out there and beat the Pistons. You know, the Raptors might be us, but look. The Pelicans, there's no denying that regardless of how impressive the Bulls, there's no denying that regardless of how impressive they've been, come on. There's no denying that they've been playing a bunch of like I describe as garbage bucket teams, bottom of the barrel type of teams that nobody nowhere expects to do no thing. You know, we can't ignore that fact. Like I said, I'm with everybody else. We're extremely happy the way they've started. And that's part of being a great team. You have to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. They've done that. We're all extremely happy about that. But we got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? They've been beating a lot of teams that don't have a lot of expectations or aspirations this season. But all that changes now. All that changes now because they play the New York Knicks tonight. It's on NBA TV. And man, this is about to be one of them ones. Now, I will say this, I'm looking at more than just the win and the loss. Of course, the win and the loss is the most important thing, but I'm looking at more than that tonight. I'm looking at how they play. How effective can they be against a playoff team? How effective can they be against an all-star team that has like a real all-star, who's still on the rise, who's still getting better with Julius Randle? You know what I'm saying? A team that has a respectable and accomplished head coach who preaches a hard-nosed defense and effort with Tom Thibodeau. A team that has aspirations in and of itself, just similar to what the Bulls have, a storied rivalry from the 90s. This is where it starts. This is where the real test starts. And like I said, I'm here for it because this is what we wanted to see. like I said, I could watch them beat up on the Pelicans all day, just for the principle of it, the poetic justice of it all. But I want to see them. Eventually, they're gonna have to start beating some real teams. So they got the Knicks tonight at 8 o'clock. I hope y'all tune in. You know I will. I'm at work tonight also, but so I'll tune in the best I can. But I'll find a way to have the game playing. Hopefully I don't miss too much. But it'll be one. It'll be one of those ones. And then, like I said, the next stretch of games doesn't get any easier because Friday, they don't play Friday. Let's see who they got next. Next, they got the Utah Jazz this weekend on Saturday. Jesus Christ, man, it's starting to amp up. Man, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go through these next handful of games. Let's see the next 5 games at least, just to see what the outlook of these games are. Do I think we can win them? I guess that'll be the video. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, man. I love talking about basketball. So let's get right into it. Tonight, obviously, like I said, we got the Knicks. I feel like that's definitely a winnable game. I feel like Zach LaVine and Julius Randle kind of cancel each other out as the stars, even though I've said, and it's documented, researched the logs, it's documented that I think that Julius Randle is slightly better than LaVine. Like I said, but that's neither here nor there. I think they're gonna play each other to a standstill relatively, but I think that's about it, because I think Lonzo Ball I think he can and will try to get the better of Kemba Walker. I just think he already has some amazing highlights back from his younger days, just blowing right by Kemba Walker and yamming it. So now him being more experienced, bigger, stronger, I think he can get the best of Kemba. And I know Kemba had a great game the other night. Trust me, I know from experience, from my Celtics, that's not going to be Kemba all the time. At this point in his career, that's not going to be Kemba all the time. And probably more often than not, it's not going to be what he's going to do. So I think Lonzo can definitely get that matchup. RJ Barrett versus DeRozan. I feel like DeRozan's experience could win out. Like I said, he's just at this point in his career, he's unfazed by anybody not named LeBron. So, I think I'm not saying he will, but I think it's definitely likely that he could get the better of that RJ Barrett DeRozan matchup. Then after that, everything else is kind of just what it is. Alex Caruso kind of cancels out Derrick Rose off the bench. I think Derrick Rose has been coming off the bench. Like I said, it's like they're a very evenly matched team talent-wise. Tom Thibodeau is a hard coach, pushes you very hard. Billy Donovan is a hard coach, pushes you very hard. This is gonna be one of the ones. So, but I definitely got the Bulls winning this at least by 8. I think it'll be a close game, and then in the fourth quarter, if it's still close, I think either Zach LaVine or DeRozan can kind of create that separation. Next game is against the Jazz. That's gonna be, it's like I don't even know, man. I can't confidently say that the Bulls will win. To be honest with you, I hope so. Those guys are the Utah Jazz. Man, that's gonna be a tough one. That's all I'm gonna say. I do like that. I do like seeing Lonzo Ball go up against other top-notch players from his draft. So the matchup with him and Donovan Mitchell is going to be interesting. Even I think that it'll be more so Donovan Mitchell and Zach LaVine. But I just like to see and compare Lonzo to like the other top notch players from his draft. So that'll still be good. I think the Pelicans. Jesus Christ, I still think Lonzo plays for that team. But anywho, what my subconscious does, I don't know, whatever. I don't know why I keep saying Pelicans. The Bulls definitely can win, but I think if there's any game that they're gonna lose over this stretch, it would be this one. I just think that you got to think, man. The Jazz is one of these teams that they're gonna be in the play. The Jazz is one of these teams that you don't even start to care about what they do until we get closer to the playoffs, and you want to see where they're going to seed at. But as far as making it, they're going to be there. That's the kind of team that the Jazz is. So that one I'm gonna say that may be a loss. That may be the Bulls' first loss. Because let's be real. Let's not get it twisted like gravy without a biscuit. I don't think the Bulls are gonna go undefeated, so they're gonna lose some games. And I just think this could be one that they could drop. But they could win. But right now, I'm just gonna predict that it'll be a loss. Who else we got? That following Monday, we got my Celtics at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The Bulls will wipe the floor with my Celtics. I do not trust my Celtics at all. Let me be perfectly clear. I do not have trust in my Celtics. I know we got Jaylen Brown, and I know we got Jason Tatum, and I know on paper we should be good, but on the court, we are not as good as we are on paper. If the games were played on paper, we'd be nice, but they're played on the hardwood, and we're not nice. There's no chemistry between Tatum and Brown. It seems like whenever Tatum has a good game, Brown has a trash game, and vice versa. Marcus Smart, I don't know what, it's just not looking good. Dennis Schroeder, I think he's just there because he needed some money, because he talked himself out of the bag, so he just needed to take a contract, and because Danny Ainge, being who he is, signed him for the cheap. Yeah, I just don't see it. The Bulls are gonna kill them guys. The Celtics aren't gonna feel like running with them. Zach LaVine, Lonzo, DeRozan, Vooch, they all have better chemistry already in 1 week of basketball. They're showing better chemistry than my Celtics, who should have way more chemistry. Let's be real. So yeah, Bulls take that one. Who we got? I'm gonna do two more because, like I said, this whole schedule coming up. 76ers, come on. Now, I do think the Bulls are gonna win this one. No Ben Simmons. I do think the Bulls are going to win this game. I think that they don't have anybody that's going to be able to really match up with Zoe. They don't have anybody that's really going to be able to stop Lonzo from orchestrating the game in the way that he wants. I just think that it's going to be very easy for Lonzo to kind of dictate and do what he wants. So that's going to be a big determining factor. They don't have anybody that can really match up with Zach LaVine. I know Danny Green is a reputation for a good defender, but he's like 90 years old now, so them legs might not move the way they used to. Like I said, nobody that can really match it. It's like outside of Embiid and the Embiid and Vooch matchup, there's not a matchup on this that I see with the Bulls and the Celtics that favor the Bulls and the Sixers that favor the Sixers. Like, I absolutely expect Lonzo Ball. If they do this, I expect Lonzo Ball to be able to chase Seth Curry off of the 3-point line. Yeah, I think that's the game. That game can be perfect. It's perfectly able up for grabs to be had by the Bulls. Let's do one more. Who we got? And these games are starting to get spaced up. And okay, we got the Sixers 2 games in a row. So like I said, so that's 2. The only game out of that slate of these next handful of games, the Nets. Okay, we got the Nets after that. That's gonna be tough. But the Nets have been looking real trashy lately. So I think the Bulls can get that one. Like, unless Kyrie gets that vaccine and comes back balling, I think the Bulls can get that one. I think these games, from what I've seen from the Chicago Bulls, I definitely think that these games are winnable, except for the Jazz game. I just don't. I don't trust the Bulls to beat the Jazz. I gotta tell you. I really hope they do, but I think that the Bulls, based on what we've seen so far, I think the Bulls could beat all these teams except the Jazz. And the Nets, but we're not talking about last year's Nets. This team isn't looking like what we thought they would look like. So I definitely think the Bulls can get that. I don't think the Nets have anybody who can match up with Vooch. I don't think they have anybody who can match up with Zoe. I don't think outside of the KD's the only mismatch they have. Like Harden, I would even say Harden is not a mismatch right now because Harden has not been looking like himself. Look, I mean, that's why they've been losing. Like they're 2-3. I mean, come on, let's start. It's not, you know. So I definitely the Bulls can get that game. Who they got next? I'm curious now. I forgot about the Nets. Mavericks. I think the Bulls can take that one. Like I said, the ante is definitely being upped. You know what I'm saying? The competition is definitely about the ante is going to ante up. They got the Warriors. Like their next 9 games or so are just some monsters, man. But like I said, I haven't and I guess that's why it'll be such a disappointment if they don't win, because it's like that would mean that they're really not as good as we think. You know, so you imagine if they go below 500 on this stretch, and now you got to look at it and say, dang, the only time we look dominant is when we were playing garbage buckets teams, and that'll really kind of have to like cause us to shift our perspective on what we expect from the Bulls. We got the Lakers after that. These games coming up. The season is about to get started for the Bulls. And then the Blazers, that's another garbage bucket team that we can beat. But yeah, this is crazy. And it starts tonight. So tune in. Like I said, I don't want this thing to go on too long. Tune in and enjoy it, man. Lonzo Ball, this is what we wanted. The test begins tonight. And I got a couple things. I have predictions for tonight's game. Lonzo Ball will outplay Kemba Walker. Alex Caruso will Derrick Rose will outplay Alex Caruso, but I think Alex Caruso will do just enough on defense to make it hard for him if they, whenever they match up. Julius Randle will outplay Zach LaVine. That's the two main stars. I think as far as secondary stars, I think, like I said, DeRozan will outplay Barrett. And, of course, Vooch, they don't have a matchup for Vooch, so I think that's where we can get loose. If Vucevic comes and plays like the star that he is, I think that could be the deciding factor. And the Bulls take the win. So tune in. We'll come back to revisit this topic because I'm going to do my recap. And that's about it. This is another episode of Intellectually Honest in the books. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, please. It helps the channel keep growing, and that's what we want, right? So other than that, man, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.